Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 3 of the Die Hard League Challenge that took place on June 24th, 2023. For those of you that don't know, Die Hard League takes place every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games. More info in the description, and keep an eye on Pokemon's event locator for premier events at Die Hard Games, such as League Challenges, League Cups, and pre-releases. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, put your thoughts in the comments and all that good stuff. But anyways, let's get into the game. So let's see what we have here. We have lost Hisuian Goodra versus Dialga Magnezone. This would be an interesting one. I think this is the first time we've had Magnezone on. The stadium has been played, probably Artisan. Search your deck for non-rule box basic Pokemon, I believe, and go ahead and put it on your bench. So perfect for finding Comfeys in the Lost Zone deck. I kind of looked through the deck there, seeing what was there, and we're going to shuffle up. So hopefully we have some kind of switching card to make Comfey active so we could start using flower selecting and putting those cards in the Lost Zone. And then I'll go ahead and let you know what Magnezone and Dialga V does when it comes up. Perfect switch for the league. Flower selecting, look at the top two cards, keep one of them and put the other one in the lost zone. We're having kind of a tough choice here, it looks like. Um, Go ahead and get rid of a super rod, and it looks like we kept a basic water energy. Um, so yeah, that definitely was an interesting choice. I think I agree with this one and pass over to the Dialga player. Dialga player attaches a energy to the active origin form Dialga V, of course, then immediately slams that Battle VIP pass down. Battle VIP pass can only be used on your first turn, but if you play it, you can search your deck for two Pokemon. So good, such a good setup card. And we're going to find the Miraidon EX and Greninja, Radiant Greninja. We're going to activate Miraidon's ability, Tandem Unit, I believe. Excuse me, search your deck for two Lightning Pokemon and put them on your bench. So perfect, I guess, for getting those Magnemites set up, multiple of them down, so that way your opponent uh, does not KO the lone one that's out there. And I guess you can keep chaining that to each turn with the Miraidon. So just gonna go ahead and find one Magnemite. Go ahead and bench it. So perfect. You just don't need more than two on your bench at a time. Next is activating Greninja's concealed cards ability. Discard an energy, draw two cards. Maybe just looking for a supporter card. Haven't played a supporter yet. And let's see. I'm not sure why that other energy was attached. Let me go ahead and pause things and do some research here in the professor's lab and take a look at the Dialga. Maybe its ability or its attack. Yep, its first attack. The Dialga V that's active. Metal coating. Attach up to two metal energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So lots of synergy with that Radiant Greninja there. Lost player plays a Hisuian Heavy Ball. Look at your prize cards and you can trade the Hisuian Heavy Ball for a basic Pokemon you find in your prize cards. So that Heavy Ball gets shuffled back into the prizes and the Comfey comes out to play. That is what we want to see, multiple Comfey down to chain those flower selectings and get all the cards in the Lost Zone. Good things happen for the Lost Zone decks when there's lots of cards in the Lost Zone. Looks like we're going to activate that Artisan, searching for another basic Pokemon, maybe the Radiant Greninja here. Yeah, oh no, a Cramorant. Okay, that's good. Get an attacker out. We still got to get three more cards in the Lost Zone, but one flower selecting and the course experiment can do that. So I believe it could happen with that Cramorant attacking. We maybe want to get another Goodra V down as well, just in case it gets knocked out, or at least evolve it and give it more HP. But Activate the first flower selecting. Uh, that was a quick choice to get rid of Meadow Energy for probably that Chorus Experiment. Chorus Experiment, look at the top 5 cards, keep 3 of them, and put 2 in the Lost Zone. So hoping to hit a Battle VIP pass here or something not very important to Lost Zone. So that way we can save those resources for later in the game. Looks like one choice was very easy, and I can't quite see their hand to see what the choices are. But we'll trust our Lost Zone Goodra, Hisuian Goodra player picks the best things to not come back and bite them later in the game. This is best of one, so this game matters even more so than best of three, I guess. And looks like we finally have our 2 ready to go. Just kind of checking the resources and got rid of a third Comfey and a Clara. Ooh, that's kind of a tough choice. Maybe had to keep a Chorus Experiment or something. I know Lost Decks will play 1 or 2 Clara. So definitely had to take some time to think about those decisions there. Um, Looks like the Artisan was already activated. Um, we're debating on playing another card here, an Escape Rope, for another flower selecting or for the Cramorant. Uh, for a flower selecting, a Magnemite becomes active, and the second flower selecting happens. Get rid of that Ultra Ball and keep something else. Um, Ultra Ball would have been nice to find the Hisuian Goodra V-Star to evolve it this turn to give it more HP, but that other card must have been very important. Looks like a switch card is being played to bring that Cramorant active, and now it can spit disrespectfully at that Magnemite for a KO. Not before a Metal Energy is attached to the bench Hisuian Goodra V, and spit innocently. KO on the Magnemite. Looks like the Origin Form Dialga V is promoted. And let's see it start to happen. It evolves into the V-Star. And then a Jacques is played, the most beautiful Jacques. I think this one lets you search your deck for 2 evolution Pokemon, something like that. It looks like the V-Star, another V-Star Dialga was found, and the Magneton. So now we just need a rare candy in order to evolve that Magnemite up to Magneton. I would probably want to find another Magnemite with tandem unit, the Miraidon's tandem unit. But there we go. Rare candy, evolve into Magnezone. Now Magnezone has this ability. Go ahead and pause things here and do some more research in the professor's lab. Magnezone has a 150 HP ability, Giga Magnet. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of Metal Energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then you shuffle uh, the other cards back into your deck. So this is how we're gonna load up our Dialgas. Let's see, look at the top 6, and I see at least a couple Metal Energies there, and those go straight onto the Dialga. While he's shuffling up, I'll go ahead and look at the Dialga V-Star. Metal Blast for 1 colorless, 40 plus. This attack does 40 more damage for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. Looks like the Dialga player is also going to play Artisan to find another Magnemite. Yep. And then Dialga V-Star second attack for 5 energy, Star Chronos, 220. Take another turn after this one. So Dialga's over here bending time, taking extra turns, manual attachment from the hand. It looks like we got the 5 energy required for that V-Star attack, taking a knockout on that Cramorant, and then Dialga V-Star just takes another turn. We're bending time, we're going through time. Activate Radiant Greninja's ability, discard an energy, draw 2 cards. We're going to bench another Dialga V, so we start to set up a follow-up attacker. Going to attach an energy to the active Dialga V-Star, and then do Magnezone's ability. Look at the top 6, attach any metal energy to your Pokemon in any way you like. We found one. Going to start loading up that bench Dialga V, start powering up that bench Dialga V. And we have, what, 4, 5, 6 energy on that active V-Star, and we're doing 40 plus. Let's do some math here. 6 times 4 is 24. 28 is doing 280. Looks like Avery is the supporter for turn. Your opponent discards till they have 3 Pokemon on their bench and then draw 3 cards. Go ahead and take the KO. Overkill on that Comfey there. And now play resumes on the lost side. Gonna play another Hisuian Heavy Ball, or maybe that's the same one and it was drawn from the prizes earlier. Insta played to find that 4th Comfey from the prizes, and the Heavy Ball trades places with it in the prizes. Let's go ahead and get those prizes shuffled up, and we could start selecting flowers here. So we're going to be looking for switch cards, and really especially the energy required for the Hisuian Goodra V-Star and the V-Star itself. Looks like an Artisan was played to find another basic Pokemon. Maybe the Greninja. I would think if the Greninja was prized, it would have been found with the Heavy Ball. Um, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and just fail that Artisan. Maybe the Greninja is prized, and some of the Pokemon that were found with the Heavy Ball were more important than it at the time. Or there could be no rating Greninja in here too. I can't remember. Flower selecting. I'm going to take a look at these resources here and flower selecting. Look at the top 2 cards. Keep a card, put the other one in the lost zone. And let's see what we could find. I'm going to be looking for that. Like I said, the Hisuian Goodra V-Star and the energy required to attack. Got rid of that Ultra Ball again. So the other thing must have been very important, maybe even more important than discarding to search for that V-Star. Looks like a escape rope here. Going to promote the Miraidon and then promote the second Comfey, so we could keep digging with flower selecting. Number 2. Flower selecting with top 2, keep one of them and put the other in the lost zone. Let's see our lost zone count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the lost zone. So this is going to get the 7th card in the lost zone, which means Mirage Gate is online. Mirage Gate's a very powerful item. Lets you search your deck for 2 different energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So let's see what our second flower selecting is gonna do here. Looks like we're kind of agonizing over this choice, and oh yeah, because we're gonna lost zone a Chorus. Double check that does fulfill the 7 in there for Mirage Gate, and Zamazenta is going to come down, followed by a Sableye on the bench. Let's see what else we got to work with. Mirage Gate. So we can take a KO on the Miraidon with Zamazenta. Zamazenta, I believe, does 220, 220 damage if there was a KO last turn, um, which there were 2 KOs, and the Dialga player got to take 2 turns in a row thanks to that V-Star attack. We're going to attach a Psychic Energy to the Sableye and a Metal Energy to the Zamazenta. A second Mirage Gate is played. Let's see if we're going to find another metal, no, water to attach to the Goodra, and the metal to attach to the second metal to attach to the Zamazenta on the bench. So now we just need a switch card and energy attachment to the Zamazenta for it to attack and take the KO. Let's see if we can get there. I'm not sure how many cards are in hand. Looks like at least 3, something like that. So still, the dream is still alive. I'm going to go ahead and check the resources right quick in that discard pile. A 3rd Mirage Gate. This is the kind of thing you want to see on Game 3 of the League Challenge. This is what we want to see. If you have an opinion on best of 1 or best of 3 League Challenges, please let me know in the comment what your preference is. It seems like most people prefer League Challenges to be best of 1. And I could agree with them, but I'm curious to what you guys think if you have an opinion. We got the energy on the active Comfey for the retreat, so we just need a manual attachment to the Zamazenta. Iono. Each player shuffles their hand, puts it at the bottom of their deck, and then draws cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards. So our Lost Zone player will get 5, and our Dialga player will get 4. And we're just looking for that energy. Kind of stinks that there was one less energy because of the Mirage Gate onto the active Comfey, but then we would also need a way to retreat, to find a way to retreat. So let's see if we found that energy. Nest Ball. I imagine if the energy was found, it would have got slammed down. Nest Ball is going to search the deck and see if we can find a basic Pokemon to add to the bench. Um, Looks like the second Goodra, so that's good, but the way the cards are being played and the body language, it kind of seems like we did not find a V-Star to evolve the first Goodra on the bench or an energy to be able to attack with the Zamazenta, and that could be a big miss in the tempo for the Hisuian Goodra player. So we'll see what else they got. I could be completely wrong too in my analysis, but we're going to retreat, bring up the Goodra V, and are we going to see the baby rolling iron? I'm not even sure what that attack does, but it looks like it does some damage, and it's probably just like a mini version of the of rolling iron. Let's go ahead and do some research in the professor's lab and see what that attack does because it could be very relevant here. We are looking for Hisuian Goodra V. Hisuian Goodra V. Rolling Shell. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks and it does 140 damage. So not as good as Rolling Iron, of course, but it's better than nothing for sure. It looks like an Avery is going to be played. Avery, your opponent discards bench Pokemon until they have 3, and you draw 3 cards. So looks like maybe a Comfey is going to go. And what else would go? Ooh, that's such a tough choice. I guess it would be the second Hisuian Goodra V on the bench. I'm guessing that, or it looked like that Avery was played this turn. So I think that's what we're resolving and thinking about here. I don't think you get rid. Yeah, looks like it's the Comfey and the second Hisuian Goodra V maybe. We're thinking about it. You don't want to get rid of the Sableye that already has energy on it. You already spent the Mirage Gate, a resource, into powering that up. Same with the Zamazenta. And then you need your Comfey engine, so at least one Comfey down. Going to go ahead and activate the Magnezone's ability. Look at the top 6 cards. Attach any metal energy you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. So we're just going to keep on building the board. Charge up that second Origin Form Dialga V. Just getting set up. It's good. And I do appreciate the markers on the Pokemon that use their abilities. I'm going to attach an energy to the Miraidon, then discard it to retreat. And we are going to do, I believe there was 6 energy on there, and I think that if my math is correct, it goes up to 280 with Dialga's first attack. And the damage reduction on the baby Goodra does not matter. If it had been the big Goodra, the V-Star, it would have, but unfortunately not. Play resumes on the lost side. 2 prizes remaining for our Dialga player. Who do you think's gonna win? You never know in Pokemon. Flower selecting, easy mode. Get rid of that VIP pass. We don't need it anymore. Keep the other card. Next is Course Experiment. Look at the top 5. Gonna keep 3 of them in Lost Zone 2. I'm pretty sure Sableye's Lost Mine is online at this point. But still good to make our way through the deck, draw cards, thin cards out, and have resources in hand to make things happen. Going to get rid of the Artisan. There's still one in play, so no need to keep that right now. Ooh, and get rid of that V-Star. Just A turn too late. You hate to see it. And finally, the Radiant Greninja comes down with that nest ball. So it seems a bit of a story of uh, setting up a turn or two too late on the lost zone side. Meanwhile, your opponent just keeps setting up and their deck does exactly what they want it to do. I'm going to go ahead and take inventory of what's been played already, what's in the discard, what's still in deck, what's in the lost zone, all these things to keep in mind for the lost zone player. Going to attach a jet energy, I believe, to the Zamazenta so that way it can immediately become active. Again, something you would have liked to seen a turn or two ago, last turn, I think. And going to go ahead and swing for 220 on that almost the seemingly invincible Origin Form Dialga V. 220 damage. Play resumes on the Dialga side. And all we got to do is just continue to set up. Maybe find another Magnezone and evolve it with the rare candy. Attach an energy, keep powering up that Dialga V on the bench for when this active one goes down. Boss's orders. Ooh, on the Sableye. Wow. So there's no, you can't run, you can't hide from us, Sableye. Attack and overkill. That Sableye. One prize left. So it would have felt a lot better to have the Dialga V-Star evolved on the bench. But with this dominating board position, it's probably not the worst thing in the world, and you're chilling if you're the Dialga player. 4 rounds in this tournament, so the only thing that's standing in the Dialga's player's way of being the champ is the rest of this game and the next one. Let's see what happens. There was a KO, so Zamazenta is doing the 220 damage, and that's enough to knock out the active. Um, but then all we need is a return KO with the Dialga V, and maybe even the V could take the KO on the Zamazenta. Let's take a look while the lost player is resolving course, getting rid of it looks like a boss and a basic switch. Oh yeah, the Dialga V could do 180 damage for 4 energy, so I'm pretty sure that just comes and sweeps and wraps up the game, taking the last prize. Super Rod, go ahead and shuffle from your discard pile any combination of Pokemon and energy cards up to 3 you find there. So we're going to cycle in that, recycle the Metal Energy, Water Energy, and Hisuian Goodra V. Do everything we can to try and claw back into this game. Raihan, if there was a KO last turn, attach an energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Oh no, Chorus was played already. I think the Dialga player caught that in time, so good catch there. Energy attached to Water energy attached to that Radiant Greninja. And Zamazenta is going to go ahead and take the KO. So all we need to do on the Dialga side is promote, attach, and attack. Attach energy from hand, 180 damage to that Zamazenta, and the last prize is taken. Wow, very interesting game there. The Dialga deck was firing on all cylinders, so that was pretty cool to see. A little unfortunate for the lost player, but hey, that happens sometimes. That's why we play this game. But that's going to do it for this video. What did you think? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.